Earth is Carmen Sandiego.
Where is Carmen Sandiego? Carmen Sandiego. Where on earth can she be? Tell me where is Carmen Sandiego? Oh, Carmen Sandiego. Where on earth can she be? Where on earth can she be? Lady Tower Lisa. Timbuktu, can you help us find it?
They're almost out, Carmen. A good robbery must have music.
Well,
It's Carmen Sandiego!
I do find Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony so inspiring. The perfect crime is like a good symphony player. When every note is played exactly right, it's a masterpiece.
You're gonna hit a sour note, and I'll bust you, Carmen.
That'll take some great detective work, player. And I doubt you've got the talent.
Carmen's pulled off some pretty wild thefts in her time, Chief.
But why steal some opera house?
This isn't just any opera house. We're talking about one of the architectural wonders of the 20th century. This little masterpiece opened in 1967 after 16 years and $102 million, creating this design that picks up the sailboat imagery of the harbor. And it is not a good day in the land down under, mates.
Huh? Check it out, Ivy. I know that song. It's a waltz by Johann Strauss called...
On the beautiful blue Danube.
Right! And the Danube is a river in Europe. Wanna bet that's where Carmen's gonna strike next? Player, quick, bring up a map.
Hello, Zach. The Danube is the second longest river in Europe. It flows almost 1,800 miles.
Kinda narrows down where Carmen could be. Nah.
Okay, what about this? Carmen steals the opera house on the night of a Beethoven concert, and now she leaves us a waltz by Strauss. Maybe there's some connection.
It's worth a shot. Player, cross-reference Beethoven and Strauss.
Dateline 1770. Beethoven is born in Bonn, Germany. 34 years later, Strauss rocks the cradle in Vienna, Austria. Ludwig van Beethoven was one of the famous composers of all time. Yo, Ludwig, get off the floor, you famous, buy some furniture. Back in the 1700s, this long hair really got into some serious tunes. Religious masses, chamber music, and symphonies.
Hey, Chief, my piano teacher told me that Beethoven went deaf and he still composed music.
Yeah, dude was definitely into heavy piano. And Johann Strauss was into music light. But his old man didn't want him to become a musician, even though he was no slouch in the music world.
What are you doing?
Music'll drive you crazy.
So Strauss practiced the violin secretly.
Forget the music. Get a job. Learn to blow glass. Anything.
But Strauss persisted and went on to write one of the most famous waltzes of all time.
That's my Johann. I always knew he'd be a great musician, just like his old man. Yo, 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 Johann!
No match so far. Keep scanning.
Check this out. When Beethoven grew up, he moved to the most famous city in Europe for music.
Vienna, Austria! Zach, both Beethoven and Strauss lived in and wrote music in the same city.
And Vienna's on the beautiful blue Danube. That's gotta be where Carmen's going.
Zach, listen!
Hey, don't look at me. I couldn't carry a tune if it had handles and Velcro.
It's another part of the clue. A little night music by Mozart.
Zach, doesn't that sound, I don't know, kind of funny?
Yeah, that's because Carmen's playing it in a minor key, but it begins in a major key, like this.
Whoa, think the minor key thing is a clue? Minors, gold miners, silver miners, minor birds.
Or minor, as in a kid, not an adult, like Mozart, who was writing symphonies by the time he was 9 years old.
Player, are there any musical whiz kids in Vienna today?
Extra, extra, read all about it tonight at the Vienna State Opera House. A selection of works by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart featuring a 12-year-old violin prodigy, Sebastian Key.
Woohoo, Zach, our minor key!
All right, player, C5 us to the Vienna State Opera House, front row center.
Check it out, you clue-busting continent crashers, or CBCCs. You're heading north from Australia to Austria. Vienna, the largest city in Austria, is famous for its music and architecture, like St. Stephen's Cathedral, Schönbrunn Palace, and the State Opera House.
Hey, that's Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Told you little Wolfie was a major minor, Zach. He started playing the harpsichord at age 4.
The piano had been around for a few years, but Mozart, more than any other composer, helped make it popular. Sorry, kids. Blame it on the Wolfman when your mom makes you take lessons. All right, let's blow this mother keyboard.
Come on, let's check on the kid.
Tut mir leid, keine Besucher. Der junge Herr Key nimmt immer ein Schläfchen, bevor er spielt.
Carmen Sandiego stole my violin! Help!
She's headed towards St. Stephen's Cathedral. Come on!
Give it up, Carmen!
Split up.
Forget them! Carmen's in here!
Wow!
You're mine, Carmen!
Hold it right there! Come on, sis, the tower!
Thanks for the Danube River clue, Carmen!
Now we're gonna send you up the river for a good long time!
The only river I'm headed for isn't a river at all, detectives.
No, Ivy! Don't let go!
Afraid I can't take you with me, detectives. You'll have to get off at the next stop.
Whoa!
Let's go, Ivy!
If we let Carmen pick our next stop, it'll be a deserted island somewhere!
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was the greatest musical prodigy who ever lived. How old was he when he began composing? Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart began composing minuets when he was 5 years old.
Chief! Help!
You rang. Listen up, super slayers of clue dragons. They gave Sebastian Key another instrument, but he couldn't play a note without his own violin.
Guess I'd feel the same if someone snaked my keyboard, Chief.
This wasn't just any violin. It's a Stradivarius. It's a very rare 300-year-old violin signed by its maker, Antonio Stradivari.
Aren't there only like 600 of them left in the world, Chief?
Only about 634 if you don't get this one back. What have you got on Carmen?
She's going to a river that isn't a river, whatever that means.
Zach, does the word river means something different in another language?
Well, in German, river is Fluss. It's Kawa in Japanese. Rio is Portuguese. In French...
Wait, Rio! Zach, what about Rio de Janeiro?
Brazil?
That's a river that's not a river because it's a city.
But Rio de Janeiro means River of January. The place must be named for a river.
Guess again, Zachmeister. When the Portuguese landed here in January 1503, they thought Guanabara Bay was the mouth of a river.
So they called it Rio de Janeiro even though it's completely wrong.
Whoa, so Rio is a city on a bay? It's worth a try. Player, C5 us to Rio de Janeiro.
And hook us up with an Acme detective who knows the music scene in South America.
Maestro, hello, traveling music if you please. We're heading from Austria to Brazil, a country so big it covers almost half of South America. Rio de Janeiro is home of legendary Copacabana Beach, conical-shaped Sugarloaf Mountain, and the giant statue of Christ the Redeemer on Corcovado.
Hey, Carnival!
There's nothing quite like this city-wise street dance and bash every year. Bum, 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 oh. And the tourist industry's pretty doggone happy with this little navigator for helping to put Rio de Janeiro on the map to begin with.
Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. Found a new world today.
Hey, it's Amerigo Vespucci, the guy North and South America are named after.
Correctamundo, Zaxter! But see, it was only because Amerigo there wrote these letters back to Europe where a German mapmaker believed he had made the discoveries and named the two continents after him, even though he wasn't even in charge of the exploration.
Copacabana Beach, Rio. Hey, I bet Carmen doesn't strike till morning. Let's go party, sis.
Don't even think about it. Run! Zach, look out!
I am Maria from Acme Rio. Get in!
You don't have to ask me twice.
With classical music, Maria.
I am going to see Carmen tomorrow night.
You know where Carmen's gonna be tomorrow night?
No, not Carmen. Carmen the Opera by Bizet. Do you like opera, Zach?
Well, yeah. Opera's a musical where they sing all the words, right? It's totally killer.
Well, I am going to hear Leora Vincent doing selections from Carmen.
A famous opera entitled Carmen. This would be just a little too hard for Carmen Sandiego to pass up, don't you think, Zach?
Maria, we gotta warn Leora. Carmen's probably about to pay her a visit.
Come on, I know where she is staying.
It's Acme Detective Agency. Miss Vincent, please open up.
Yes?
What's that sound?
It's coming from the next room.
That's Rajiv, my pianist.
Let's go. We got what we came for.
And you're what we came for, Carmen.
North America and South America were named after who? North and South America were named after Amerigo Vespucci.
Look, Claire, we're being rushed by adoring fans.
Let's give them a private concert.
Don't follow us, detectives,
or you'll get an encore.
Oh, man! That's the worst thing I ever heard!
Come on, let's find out what they took.
Okay, listen up. Here's the CrimeNet file on those two henchwomen.
Clarinette and her twin sister Coronet.
Minor crooks we busted in a lip-syncing scandal a few years back.
Well, it looks like they're expanding their repertoire, Chief.
So far, they have helped Carmen steal the Sydney Opera House, a 12-year-old prodigy's violin,
2 of Leora's opera gowns, and Rajiv's antique metronome.
Something's not right. I mean, other than the opera house, there's nothing especially Carmen-like about the other items. What's the connection?
Hot tip from CrimeNet. Hey, I've got an update. Direct from Rio de Janeiro, Leroy Vincent. Let's hear for.
That's what I call a clue a la carte.
Why, eggs again?
Got it!
My voice is gone, as if I've never practiced a day in my life.
Can I have forgotten how to play?
Zach, remember how 12-year-old Sebastian Key said he couldn't play either?
Could Carmen have found a way to steal their talent?
Musicians' nerve and muscle reactions become almost automatic with years of practice.
Maybe Carmen has somehow transferred these neuromuscular patterns into that net device we saw her carrying when she escaped.
Well, if that net can steal talent, let's hope it can return it.
We gotta find Carmen and get that net.
Wait, Chance, you're breaking
I'm here to announce the greatest musical theft in history. Anyone could steal a Stradivarius, but only Carmen Sandiego can steal what makes it worth listening to. Talent.
Ivy, you hear that?
Yeah, Flight of the Bumblebee by Rimsky-Korsakov.
No, in the distance, behind Carmen. It sounds like a bell. Player, drop out the main sound and bring up the background.
A clock striking and waves lapping. It's some seacoast town with a clock tower.
Seacoast? In a world that's 3/4 ocean? I will never find her.
Come on, Maria, think. Someone singing in Italian near a famous bell tower.
A singing gondolier?
Near the clock tower in St. Mark's Square in Venice, Italy.
Player, do the C5 thing.
Okay, listen up, Clue Cruisers. You're on your way from Rio de Janeiro to Venice, Italy. Yes, let me hear.
Look, isn't that henchwoman miniseries and her boyfriend Phil M. Critic?
Yeah. And there's the most slippery con woman in the world, Lindsay Doyle.
Sharing a boat with daredevil stunt pilot Hugo First.
It is like the who's who of Carmen Sandiego backup crooks.
Let's follow him right to Carmen and put them all in the who's through.
Segui quelle gondole.
Come on.
I'll call for backup. I love doing that. Don't let Carmen escape.
Look, there's the net on stage.
We'll never get it with the Three Stooges standing guard.
Have you ever played a glass harmonica?
Sure, you wet your finger and rub it on the rim of a glass. It resonates and produces a tone. So?
To make the perfect diversion, I need to know the exact pitch at which that glass resonates. G above high C. Okay, Zach, you fill the rest of these glasses to the same level. Ivy, write G above high C in here.
I didn't take 8 years of piano lessons for nothing. But I hope Wagner won't mind us rewriting Ride of the Valkyries.
They're coming back!
I proudly give you Clarinet and her twin sister, Coronet.
When Claire hits those high notes, get ready to rock and roll!
Gee, I think I hear the fat lady singing on this case, Carmen.
That's another way of saying the opera's over, detective. But not for me. Ciao.
She got away!
Well, at least we saved the Stradivarius, the Sydney Opera House.
And with this net, we'll be able to give the real musicians back their talent. My favorite opera, Rigoletto, is playing just on the canal, Zach.
Oh, maybe while we're in Venice, we should go see it.
Ivy, it is so hard to find a boy who loves opera.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they can learn, I guess.
It takes years for people to get really good at music. You can't just steal their talent and expect to get away with it, Carmen.
I did. Only your detectives kept me from enjoying the fruits of my crime.
That's music to my ears, Carmen. And next time, I'll catch you.